When was the last time you were passed up for an opportunity you know you deserved? When was the last time you were paid your worth? My name is Rita Flores Moore. I'm an award-winning international speaker and author. I use my communication experience as a video producer, currently producing shows for public access television. I have one more question for you. Have you ever thought about sharing your message as an expert guest on television, or even someday having your own television show? Well, our summit today is about health, wealth, and relationships. When it comes to health, you can find out just about anything you need to know by watching TV. There are all sorts of television shows that talk to you about health, different ideas for medications. You have Dr. Oz, you have Dr. Phil, you have the doctors, so many different shows that talk to you about your health. And when it comes to wealth, same thing. So many different ideas, especially things that people have put together and put on social media. There are all sorts of ways of earning income now. You can come on up with your own product, or have a course, or try stocks and crypto and all sorts of things that are out there now. It's all on television. I know that as a business owner, you're looking for ways to promote your business. So what you need is effective marketing. Television is the best way to do that. Even when it comes to relationships, how many more shows can you find on television that have to do with relationships? The Real Housewives, or The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. All sorts of relationship shows are out there now. I'm sure you can come up with an idea for something else. And I'm letting you know that whatever your idea is, there's a way that you can get that idea on television. Since what you need is effective marketing, I want you to know that as a public access producer, I can show you how to express your creativity, share your talents through television. You can become more successful by promoting your brand and influencing clients and increasing your audience. That's what you'd like, isn't it? What I recommend is public access television. Now, public access is also known as local access, or community access, or government television, education TV. It has all these different names, but bottom line, it's a free TV service provided by your local cable company. It's provided to all of the households in the local marketplace. If you have cable, your cable company provides local access. It's the availability of a television station to the general public. And this includes the studio, the equipment, and the staff. It's all free TV. Now you might ask, why cable? Let me tell you why. Cable TV is a $100 billion industry. Television is powerful. People are addicted to television, so addicted that 56% of Americans pay for cable television service, and they get their money's worth, because the average American watches 36 hours of television per week. That's the average. Now, most people have cable. They watch it all the time. They even get their news and other information from it. I know many people still watch CNN and MSNBC. That's how they get their international news. So that's the reason why a show on cable gives you instant credibility. Once you're on TV, people know that you're legitimate, and they feel that you must really be good at what you do. And it doesn't matter what station you're on. The surfers will find you. I mean, have you ever sat in front of your television set with a remote, changing channels, looking for something to watch? I believe everyone does that. Ratings actually show that people are watching cable TV. Nielsen Media Research says that TV viewing is at an all-time high. While I was doing my research, I found out that Proactive, I'm sure that you're familiar with Proactive. It's the skincare for people with acne. Proactive never did commercials. They never put ads in magazines. What they did was put together a 29-minute infomercial and put it on cable TV. They put it on cable at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, in the middle of the night. And their first year doing that, guess how much money they made? $500 million their first year, putting an infomercial on in the middle of the night. You can't tell me people aren't watching cable television. And it really paid off for them, because now they're up to $1.6 billion. Proactive is the best grossing company out there, and all they do, the best grossing company for the skincare in their industry, and all they do are infomercials. One infomercial that they put on cable TV. People are watching cable TV. And I know people feel, yeah, but how do you do locally? Because Proactive is paying for lease service. And what I'm referring to is the same channel, the same channels, the same cable TV, but your access is free. Now, I remember having a discussion with someone who actually asked me, why do you bother? Because my ratings aren't really high. Yes, I have a show on cable. It comes on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings at 5 p.m. in my local Comcast calling area, my local Comcast viewing area. Now, I was able to get my ratings one time. And this one particular time that I had my ratings, it was 0.9. Yes, 0.9%. Less than 1% of our viewers were watching my program. Now, I know that could sound pretty sad. But my show owns or airs every weekend on Comcast, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night at 5 p.m. And I know that in reality, local access is not known for having high ratings. People normally tune into local access for the city council meetings or something like that, or for education TV. But let me just share this little tidbit to make it clearer for you. In my local viewing area, Comcast has 500,000 subscribers. Now think about that. 500,000 subscribers in that viewing area. 1% of 500,000 is 5,000. 5,000 viewers. Now I had less than 1%, I had 0.9. But if 1% is 5,000, do the math with me. 0.9% is 4,500 viewers. Would you take 4,500 viewers? How many of you have 4,500 people listening to you, listening to your message on Friday night at 5 p.m.? How many of you would like to have 4,500 people listening to you on Saturday evening at 5 o'clock? Who do you know that would love to have 4,500 subscribers listening to them at 5 p.m. on Sunday evening? That's 4,500 mouths talking about what they saw and heard, sharing the information that you provided, sharing that with their friends and their family members, their acquaintances, their coworkers. I'll take 4,500 mouths, 4,500 free viewers telling people, oh, you need somebody that does that? I saw this lady on cable the other day that talked about that. Oh, there's this lady that was on cable that will do that for you. Oh, you need to watch this program. There's a lady that does that. 4,500 people saying that about you and the message that you provided. You can separate yourself from the competition and gain the competitive advantage by using cable TV to reinforce your brand message. And as the expert guest, you will not only have your own television show or your own television segment, but others will call upon you. Do you know that TV producers are watching cable? They're watching all of these shows. They see you. That's how they find their expert celebrities, their expert guests. I know producers from Tamron Hall and the Dr. Oz Show, the Today Show, Good Morning America. They find their guests by looking at who's out there, who has a good presence on TV. Now, I've been asked, how do you get quality clients? How do they find you? Well, you get quality clients by having a quality presentation, and you can do that on cable TV. You can put together a quality show, and these producers will find you. And you can produce a show about just about anything. You can produce your own program on cable, but remember, what you're doing is building relationships. You're trying to make connections. They are the key to success for your business and your brand. You can produce any kind of programming as long as it's not obscene. If it's not obscene in nature, you can put it on cable TV. But remember, you don't want to do that because remember, you're trying to gain clients. You want to be likable. People work with people they like. They buy, they associate with, they pay attention to people that they like. So just remember that you're trying to gain clients. And so you really, really do want them to like you. And when you get on TV, that's what you're going to show. You should not promote any type of program that's libelous or slanderous. If you know that your competitor or someone that does the same thing you do is not doing something right, don't spend your valuable time on television talking about them. Don't put them down. Don't knock them. Just talk about what you do and how well you do it. That's all you need to talk about. Think about this for a minute. If you were given the opportunity, how would you promote your business on television? Have you ever thought about that? Do you have any ideas about how you would want to do that? And what would you call your show? I remember Tamron Hall talking about when her show was coming on the air, and she didn't know what to call it. She had to come up with a name for her show. And she thought about the fact she has a son named Moses. She said, should she call the show Moses's Mom? She used to be on the Today Show. She said, ex-Today Show reporter. She came up with all these different ideas and finally just sat down and said, my name is Tamron. It's the Tamron Hall Show, period. Now, if you really needed help coming up with a name and you did not want to use your name as the name of your show, or if you don't already have a business name that you'd like to use for your show, there are websites and different companies and people who will help you come up with a name. There's sites that you can go to that will help you come up with a name for your presentation, for your speech, come up with a name for your book. There's just everything out there. Just Google a name, Google some help. So if you really wanted to take time out to think about what you will call the show, there's help out there if you don't already have a name. So if you have an idea of how you will promote it, and then you have a name, can you think of anyone else in your same line of business that already has a show? Just in case you're thinking of any ideas and you're not really sure of how you'll do it, can you think of anyone out there? Are there any shows on cable that you already watch regularly? Why do you watch them? And if you had the opportunity, what would you do differently? How would you put that same show together? Think of why you watched the show, what you like, what you would have done differently. Write that stuff down. Write it all down. Think about, like I said before, someone who's in the same line of work and already has a show. You can just do a panel. You can have a panel discussion with other people in the same line of work. You can put together a skit. I know a man that was on public access locally, and he was a businessman who had gotten into trouble because of his ethics. So what he did, he put together a show, because it's all cleared up and he was able to clear his name, but he put together a show of a skit explaining what happened to him. He had friends play different parts, and he recorded it and put it out there and put it on his website. In fact, it's on YouTube now. This man is getting so many speaking engagements because of that one show. People see that video, they realize he must know what he's talking about. He's an instant celebrity. Call upon him. So I just want you to think about the fact that what you want to do is serve others and provide information that will let others know that you are the expert. Put something together. Think about all of these things. Brainstorm some ideas. Write them down. Write down all of your answers. Don't leave anything out. Any little thing can lead into something great. Write those answers and run with it. Use cable TV to put those ideas together. Using cable is really about you becoming that expert celebrity. But it will also help you become a much better speaker. You'll have more poise, more self-confidence. And I'll say it again, I can't say it enough. You will be the top person, the expert in your field. You will be the leader that's called upon. Consider this. You and other speakers are going for the same speaking engagement. You are the only one who's been interviewed on live TV. Who do you think will get the assignment? Think about that. In addition, you can take that program to any local market and position yourself as the expert. You have the video, you could send it to any local market. And then you can even put it on your website. Just take an excerpt from it and put it on social media. And you can always start out by saying, watch me being interviewed on a national TV show. A live show is very powerful. I really want to get that message to you. I want you to understand that you can do that. So in closing, I want to remind you, or rather, I've already reminded you. Let me just ask you now, would you like to be a leading expert celebrity in your field? Put that in your mind. Instead of listening to people talk about, well, or think about, well, maybe one day, someday, maybe I can do it. Put it in your mind now. Make it your instant mindset. If you want to be the leading expert celebrity in your field, put it in your mind, take what you've written and run with it. What you put in your mind can be your greatest asset, or it can be your strongest prison. If you don't do what's in your heart and mind to do, you'll never reach the success level that you can reach if you go do it. The internal communication, the conversation that you have with yourself is really critical to reaching those goals. You know that there are millions of people out there who are just one video away from the service that you provide. Help them find you. Get on cable TV. I can help you do that. I'm looking for individuals who recognize the power of video communication, people who recognize the power of media, social media, a podcast, people who would like to expand their region, gain clients, gain customers. That's what you'd like, isn't it? That's why you're in business. Well, just for being here, I'm offering you a complimentary copy of my media exposure ebook. You can get a copy of the ebook by logging on to joinrita.com. That's joinrita.com. I also have a course that I put together called TV Production Secrets, and you can find out more about TV Production Secrets by logging on to lightsactionu.com. That's lightsactionu.com. Now, again, my name is Rita Flores Moore. I'm so glad to have been here with you today. It's been great talking to you. And I tell you one thing from my heart. I hope to see you on television real soon.